Hello. It's Gen Con. Like right now. Or at least when you're watching it, it is Gen Con. We, however, in the past, we know so much less than you. You have so much more knowledge, so congratulations. But anyway, my name is Matthew Capodicasa from the Glass Cannon Network, and this is a stream of The Long Road Ahead, an RPG from Unicylce Games written and designed by Alan Tyson and Lex Lionfell. And this stream is brought to you by the good people at Omnihedral Games, so thank you. But before we get into any of that, I want to introduce some of the people that are here with me. Mr. Brian McDermott, Sydney Amanuel, Clinton Trucks, Mary Lou. How are you all?
So good.
Every day's a struggle.
I'm doing great.
Every day is a gift and a blessing, Clinton.
That's what I meant.
And a curse and a nightmare.
On the road.
And a puzzle.
Every day kind of is a struggle.
Absolutely.
I guess you're right.
Makes you think.
It does.
It really does. It really can.
Already, we're really getting into character already. Really makes you think, this road, huh? It's long.
Weird. Long.
Well, actually, sorry, go ahead, McD.
There's a road near me called Street Road, and people love Street Road.
Unacceptable.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Street
like things.
road?
That's like
It's called
things that are
Street
named.
Road. It's a big road. It like goes from it's a major thoroughfare in like the northeast suburbs of Philadelphia, and it's called Street Road.
So it's suburbs. It's like people's addresses. You know, I live at 34 Street Road.
Correct.
That rocks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sounds like a fake name that you're giving.
Yeah, I live on Street Road.
Me, officer? I live on Street Road. Right down that way.
Next to
You're drunk.
Yeah.
You're going
Court
straight
place.
to jail.
Yeah. How much mail
Well,
do
if
you
you live
return
on
to your
Street
house?
Road,
Yeah.
you're probably not far off, Mary Lou. They're probably drunk. Like there's a jail on Street Road. There's a prison like right on that road.
This is a made up drive
That
in
shouldn't
a
be
place
real.
that's called like Town Village. Oh, I live on Street Road in
Townville.
Town Village.
Yeah. That's somebody's
Yeah.
Animal Crossing.
Yes.
yeah, seriously, it does seem like a 12-year-old's Animal Crossing.
Yep.
I like how like all the rivers in Britain are named Avon because like that's meant river in whatever language.
Right.
And here it's
And-
kill because the Native Americans, it's the word for river. So it's like deer kill, and it just means deer river.
Yep.
A lot of
Fish
deer
kill.
at that river. Fish kill. Yeah.
Skull kill.
It's great. I kind of love it.
Yeah,
No, I
Scoop
didn't know
River
that.
is right near here.
I'm learning so much from you all.
Mhm.
Well, actually,
I love learning.
wait, but I have a devilish question to break the tension,
Okay,
which is on theme, and it is: what is your favorite road story or journey story from fiction? Movies, books, television. A lot of options.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone have
Well,
one?
not the road because that one's sad.
That is a
and-
very sad road.
I don't like sad things. If it's sad, I won't watch it or read it.
So is there a,
That's a
happy
bold
road?
position.
Or rather it has to like trick me. You have to like trick me into it being sad and crying. But if I know I'm going to cry, I won't do it. So you have to sneak it in there. One that I don't know if this is my favorite, but I just watched it the other day, was 28 Days Later. That's a road movie.
yeah.
It's a road.
And it's really good. It's the whole thing is like a road trip in a car. And it's really good and heartbreaking. And
Does that fall into the category of it tricked you into thinking it was sad? I guess it's not sad. It's just terrifying.
oh yeah, it's scary, and I usually don't like scary. But it was my second time watching it. The first time I watched it was in high school, and I couldn't turn my lights off in my bedroom for like 2 weeks. I had to like sleep with the lights on because I was so scared, and it took 20 years. But I was able to watch it again, and it was really good, and I wasn't as scared this time. I was very brave.
Hey, I didn't know you had this sensitivity. I played some very scary games with you, and you've always been fine.
Yeah, it's something, I don't know. It's games are different than movies and TV. I don't know.
Maybe because you have control in the games, like you have
Yeah. I
autonomy
think
in
that's
some
it.
way.
Yeah. Also, why I don't like watching scary movies is that I have an incredibly high startle reflex. Like I am incredibly easily startled. And I am also very loud. And if you watch a horror movie with me in a movie theater, I will be like, "Oh my God!" and I'll become my own experience for the other people in the movie theater. And I'm like not trying to do that to other people. You know what I mean? So
you're not like a woo girl. You're like a fuck kind of girl.
Exactly. Yes. I'm like, no. I can't physically take the tension. I get scared when things like jump scares.
I want to watch a horror movie with you so
I know.
badly.
Now it sounds like a performance art experience.
Yeah, so we can what was that?
What was that?
What was that?
Last year we did one of these. A bunch of us did one of these for a Gen Con, and we ended up making plans to play 10 Candles, which we never did at Gen Con, which was my fault. But we did play it when we were out in LA.
Yes.
And that was so fun.
It was really great. You guys were really great, and I feel like we did. But like, I don't think we scared you that much, Mary Lou, because I don't remember you being that demonstrative.
It was creepy.
I remember one really scary moment near the end where you did a jump scare and the candle flickered at exactly the right moment that you were like this, and then all of a sudden you were like, ah! And then it was back to like, you were back to normal, and it was like in the movie, and that was very scary, and that was cool, and I liked it.
McD, so 10 Candles, do you know the RPG 10 Candles? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we played it, and it is quite scary.
It's like the most impossible RPG to ever play because you have to like coordinate like unbelievably to even
and
make
you
it.
have
There's some
to be
versions of it
you
where
gotta
you
like
have to
burn stuff indoors.
Burn stuff. Like it's great concept, like difficult to execute. 10 Candles.
Sometimes you have to walk around Indianapolis with like 5 pounds of candles in your bag and then never play.
Right.
That's sometimes you do have to do that.
Sometimes you have to do that.
We were supposed to play after our
smelling
Athenaeum.
real good. Got all these scented candles on me. Smelling great.
We were supposed to play after our Athenaeum show. And
I remember.
As those of you who were there might recall, the show went like an hour long.
Oh, did it go long?
Yeah.
Weird.
A little long.
Weird. Yeah, who would have expected?
It was fun though.
So it was like 11.
I'm sure I was talking to the promoters during that entire hour. They're like,
Also, really a Gen
I'm like,
Con.
dude, I have no idea. Like, I couldn't tell you when they're going to.
It's hard to find places to play a game at Gen Con sometimes. We couldn't find a place. That was really hard.
That's true.
As I recall, there was a legitimate discussion of can we go play in like that alleyway? Like it was
alleyway. It was in an old aqueduct that I found.
Yes,
and
that was it.
Jared immediately
under
was
a
like,
bridge.
no. Jared was like, absolutely not. You're out of your goddamn mind if you think I'm crawling into a sewer. I was like, okay, never mind.
No sense of adventure there.
No sense of adventure.
I found I remember finding an abandoned store in St. Louis with Joe, with like the windows bashed in.
Oh,
and
yeah.
like I was like, dude, let's go in here. And he was like, no way. I was like, dude, come on. Let's
McD,
go.
I had the same, I know the storefront you're talking about. I had the same thought.
Let's go. And he's like, nah, man, we can't. No. And I was like,
let's play 10 candles in there.
Sydney, if you and I, we'd be playing 10 candles in there with like, 3 homeless people.
Yeah, with 3 strangers. And we'd be having a great time. I can guarantee it.
It'd be awesome. And if the cops came and were like, what are you doing in here? And you're like,
no chance.
playing a game?
They join in. Now
no chance.
No chance of the cops coming at St. Louis.
In that part of St. Louis, like at that hour. No
True,
chance.
actually,
Perfect.
that's the last
And
thing
if
that would
some
happen.
criminals come or like monsters will be like, we're playing a game. And they'll be like, fun.
Come join us. Sit.
I've said this before on our show, but I'll say it. When we were in St. Louis, we took a lift out to the Ulysses S. Grant Museum, and then we took a lift back, and we were talking to the driver, and Skip was talking to me. He was a lifelong St. Louisian.
I like Louisian. That's cool.
Louisiana.
I like Louisiana too. Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, but I'm moving soon. Like my kid's graduating from college, so we're leaving." And Skid like trying to make conversation was like, "Cool. Like, where are you going?" And he goes, "Anywhere else."
Whoa.
So like, okay,
dude. When I was in St. Louis and you guys were doing the show, I ordered dinner during the show for you guys. Go find something and get food. And I went to the people that work there. I'm like, what's cool around here? Where should I get food? God, there's a sandwich shop. It's awesome. It's like a bar, but they do like crazy sandwiches. You should go there. That's okay, great. And I was like, where is it? They're like, oh, it's here. I look it up. I'm like, oh, it's like a quarter mile away. I can walk. And they're like, no. No.
It's like an episode of Detroiters.
No, you have to drive. You can't walk there. And I was like, okay.
Yeah,
Like,
you got to keep your head on a swivel, man.
The city's safe. It's totally chill. Don't walk.
Yes.
The town did not strike me that way when I was out on like myself.
No.
You know, like at all. But like the definitely like perception from those who were there were like, no.
Yeah.
You need to drive to the front door of that place, pick up those sandwiches, get back in your car, and drive back to this front door. Like, do not walk the streets of the city. And I was like, it did not strike me that way. Maybe
you might run into a sane lunatic.
Maybe Nelly. I think I would run into
That's
Nelly.
right. You might run into Nelly.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Thank you for getting my reference.
Possible.
I could see 3 other people who were utterly confused.
I did. I got that reference immediately. I love Detroiters.
Thank you.
Any other
I haven't
roads?
watched it yet. Oh,
Right.
You
Lord
you
of the
tease
Rings.
this question to the degree. So, Lord of the Rings, I think, is the easy answer, but I think the wrong one.
Oh,
I think the
What
better
the
journey.
fuck, Clint?
The better journey is The Hobbit, to the point that the title is
okay.
even there and back again, right?
Okay. All right.
yes. That is a journey story
Sustained.
for sure.
I'll accept it.
Lord of the Rings is actually a secret sad road if Mary Lou's new genre, because like for Frodo, that is a utterly devastating journey.
The walk
Yeah.
back is pretty rough.
Do you think they walked back?
Not the whole way, but
No, the Eagles flew them back.
Right? Like, did the Eagles just pick them up right there and fly them back?
but-
Like,
well,
there's
they
no
get-
way they had to walk all the way
I don't
back,
think the
right?
Eagles dropped him off in the middle of the scouring of the Shire, right?
Yeah, that's the part that the movie leaves off. Is they
yeah.
just drop them back into
They couldn't have gotten
a
back
war
that
zone.
fast. Yeah. The time dilation of the Lord of the Rings books versus movie is like a very strange thing where like it feels like it happened very quickly in the movies.
Yes.
And that is not the way it went down.
The Hobbit too, like on the way back, it's a long journey. Like he stops and stays in Rivendell for a while. He stops
Every
in,
time
like,
they stop for months.
Yeah.
months.
Right?
Yeah.
But didn't Frodo have the ring for like 17 years before he
Well, I think
even leaves?
longer. Yeah.
Was it
Oh,
even
yeah,
longer
before he
than-
leaves. He gets it from Bilbo. Yeah,
Right.
I think he
gets
does
it from
have it
Bilbo,
for...
holds it for like almost 2 decades before he leaves. Like, yeah, the time
Canonically,
dilation
yes.
in those movies is weird.
It's weird.
That would have been a worse movie, though, to be fair.
Right.
Him sitting there like,
I'm gonna, I'm not a fan of those movies.
What?
Wait,
Whoa!
at all.
That's
Wait a
the
minute.
bravest thing
That's at
that
all.
anybody's ever said.
That is
I know.
so brave.
I don't like those movies. Like, I just think they're so boring.
On a
Like, I watched them
TTRPG
and
stream. It says
Dude,
this.
I know.
That is
hey,
a
man, this is
wild
what
thing to say.
it's for real.
Boring.
Like, I told Joe this many a time. Skid even knows. Like, I'm not a fan. I just think they're so. I've never seen the end of Return of the King. I've never seen the end of that movie. I've
Well,
tried
maybe
to
that's
watch
why
it
you think it's
maybe
boring.
a dozen times, and I've never been able to stay awake like throughout the whole thing. I just fall asleep. I'm like, this boring.
Do you start watching them at midnight after
Nope.
like
Oh,
ripping a huge?
Okay. I'll give you. First Return of the King viewing. I'd worked all day. We were going to the midnight release. The first of many. I've tried. I've never seen the whole thing. And we go, and it's me and my buddy Moat, buddy of Joe and I, we went to college together. And midnight showing, Return of the King. We know it's a long movie. It's fine. We worked all day. You know, like we did whatever we were doing. And I remember watching the movie. And then I remember Moat at the end shaking me to wake me up. And this is the midnight release of the third of the 3 movies. And he's like, dude, you were snoring
Jesus
so
Christ.
loud. Like, it was unbelievable. Like, I ruined the movie for everyone who was in that theater that night.
Oh,
I'm gonna change my answer. My favorite road is the road that McD takes from this chair to the couch to go watch the movie and finally fucking finish it. You coward!
I mean,
Come
I
on.
know I read the books. I know what happens.
Okay, you've read the book.
That doesn't count.
Of course I did. You know, I don't care for the movies. Like, I just, I have a problem with a lot of Peter Jackson stuff, and a lot of that is just like, dude, like,
I don't know how to accept
does it
this.
have to be
I don't know
like
how to-
4
I don't
hours
know
long?
how to
I just
hold
don't
this.
understand. I just don't understand
Let
like
me-
how you can't edit it down to make it like a more palatable length. You know,
Let me
do we have to watch the trees walk forever? Like, do we have to do that? Like, I don't think we
He
do.
did
will
edit
say,
it down because
yeah.
his cut is 4 hours.
Dude,
per
I
movie.
know it is. Like, but I'm just saying, do we have to? You know, have you watched that Beatles documentary? Like, it's
Yep.
forever long.
Let me
Like,
left
come on,
hand
Peter.
turn. Let me left hand turn down street road and take us in a different direction. What
Ben
about
Salem,
this?
yeah.
What about this for a journey movie? And I don't know if this would technically count, Matthew, but like the once and future king. King Arthur. Although King Arthur not necessarily going on the journeys, but like his kings at the round table are constantly going on his
going
knights.
on
Sorry, his
quests.
knights at the round table.
But this is England. They they travel an hour and they
can't go
think they
that
went
far.
somewhere, right?
Eventually, the ocean.
Yet somehow Gawain gets lost constantly.
For years.
Constantly.
Post Arthur, they
Classic.
go off to find the Holy Grail, and they leave
Sure,
the boundaries of their
we could
island
say
nation.
the Holy Grail then. The Holy Grail is a journey. But thinking of books, I guess I don't think of the Holy Grail. I think of like The Once and Future King or Le Morte d'Arthur. And here's a wild card one that might just be for Matthew.
Yeah.
This is a journey story technically, but it's crazy. The Master and Margarita.
I guess that's
I
a
haven't
journey
read.
story.
It's so good. It's so weird. It's like super weird and not a
It's on my
traditional
list.
linear.
I've not read it, but I assume everybody's tied up in it. I didn't think they went anywhere.
It's complicated. They get
Yeah, I didn't
trapped in a
realize.
lot of They get trapped in a lot of situations, but it is like I would say overall it is a
trapped.
journey.
Stuck.
Yeah, they're tangled up.
Oh
Oh no, I'm stuck in the dryer.
Sexy Soviet book. I'm stuck in the dryer. Oh no, my stepbrother has to get me out.
no! Stepbrother.
Good answer.
Anyway.
Good answer.
Yeah, but I guess I'm
How
thinking of the
come we
Holy Grail.
We haven't mentioned any like westerns yet. I feel like
I
that's a
know.
really big deal in like
Ooh.
westerns,
It's for real.
I was gonna say that
like
the obvious
Riders of
one
the
for
Purple
me.
Sage or
Yeah, I mean, also I on Jared's recommendation, I watched Winchester 73, which is
Oh, hell yeah.
which is a fun because it not only it's a journey movie, kind of it's the journey of the guns. You kind of are following the gun
cool.
from person to person as you're also following
oh,
Jimmy Stewart.
cool.
Matthew, I should have said Lonesome Dove.
You should have said Lonesome
Lonesome
Dove.
Dove. It's the best.
Lonesome
I
Dove.
should have said Lonesome Dove. Dang
I mean,
it.
that's
Roll
incredible.
back.
It's literally
Roll back,
from
cut
from Mexico
Oregon
to
Trail.
Canada. It's a
Yes,
crazy
Oregon
journey.
Trail. Oh, these are good Western ones.
Wait, but
Lonesome
Clint,
Dove
you
is-
had another one you said before the show that I wanted to get in the
Oh.
conversation.
I am a big booster for a thing that I feel like not enough people like. I love Station 11. I read the book and I saw the TV show. I think the TV show is even better than the book,
Hell
actually.
yeah.
Whoa.
But
I
that's
love them.
most of it is a giant walk around Lake Michigan. They just walk
Yes.
in a big circle around Lake Michigan. And that's
Really cool.
literally where I grew up. So I'm like, they're walking past my house.
It's a plot point that you know how to pronounce Mackinac
Absolutely.
in the show.
Yep.
Anyway.
Mm.
The airport that they're in is very clearly the Kalamazoo Airport.
That's a great one. The one I'm going to throw in is like Fury Road would be
I love Fury Road.
a recent.
Oh no, you broke Mary Lou.
I love that movie.
I love Fury. Oh, yeah, let's-
And that's a road. And it's the best kind of road because you spend half of the movie going and then you turn around and you go
Turn
right
around,
back.
go back.
And that's the
Spoilers,
last half
but
of the
yeah.
movie. And that's a good road.
Thinking about Fury Road in the context of this game, I was like, there'd be a fun game where you just play the wives.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Oh.
no Furiosa, just everybody's a wife and you're all running from
Yeah.
from Immortan Joe.
Cool.
Well, we'll talk about it. But one of the features of this game is you can play it in an existing fictional world if that's your
Sure.
particular cup of tea.
That's true.
The other one I'll throw out is not quite a fantasy sci-fi genre, but I just watched it and it's been fresh on my mind. But I watched Paper Moon recently,
Ooh.
Oh,
Which is-
sure.
Oh,
That's
I mean-
absolutely a road movie.
and maybe a perfect
good
movie.
one.
Yeah.
But it's so good. It's so good.
So
and,
good.
Like part of me was like, well, I mean, I guess you can always put Madeline Kahn in anything in the, but everybody is great in that movie. Anyway, thank you all for indulging that.
I didn't
I've
get
got-
mine.
I've got
six
more on the list,
You're
yeah.
good.
No,
You're
you don't
good?
get to talk. You don't get to
All
talk.
right. That's fine. I'll just shut my
Just kidding.
camera off.
No, Mickey,
Teasing.
tell us the road you like.
Mary Lou.
Yeah.
The lawyer was like, no one's going to answer this way. My answer was 28 days later.
Oh,
Are you kidding?
interesting.
Nope.
Destiny. Meant to be.
It's,
You and me.
and it's like a very specific part of 28 Days Later, though. Like the road part is like in the middle where it's like fun. Like when
It
I
is
get
fun.
where they get in
That's
the
why
car
it's so
and
sad.
taxi and they have the little like
And they have the
dalliance.
dad and the daughter.
Yeah, and they go to the supermarket
like,
and
a
have
picnic at the
fun. They have a little
supermarket,
picnic.
yeah.
Like the road part of that movie is like really short, but it's like very affecting. And no,
It's really good.
I'm with you. 28 Days Later, great road movie. I mean, I know they're moving the whole time.
Did we both recently watch it because we want to watch?
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen the new one either.
My backup, and I won't talk about it, was Interstellar.
That's a cool movie.
Yeah.
It's definitely a journey movie.
It is. Okay,
And
I'm one of the
2001
people
also
who
counts.
loved it. I loved Interstellar. Come on, the
I
fifth
think
dimension
Interstellar's
is love. That rocks.
Yep.
That's so funny.
Get me a
Gravity and
robot.
love.
You know what I mean? Like, I want a robot like the robot from Interstellar.
like it.
Well, lest we let this get completely away from us, I do want to say thank you to Omnihedral Games for sponsoring this stream. So Omnihedral Games is a game store in a town that I think has one of the best names I've ever seen, which is Savage, Maryland.
Gotta be careful.
Outside of Baltimore, but it's owned by Laura Burns and John Smarr, who have been fans of the GCB for years. Omnihedral as in all sides, and I think that's part of their kind of ethos, is they want you to allow you to embrace all your sides. They carry board games and RPGs and STEM and books, and McD, you've gotten to know them pretty well, right?
Oh yeah, and they're wonderful. They came to the Vegas retreat and brought a ridiculous board game library with them.
And a ridiculously cute dog.
Cute
their
dog.
One of I feel that's just one of their dogs.
One of two. One of two very cute dogs. Yeah.
Mhm.
How big is their library? I think it's something ridiculous.
7,000 games.
Yes.
Wow.
And they put them all like in a trailer and drove them from Maryland to Vegas and then set them up, and it was so impressive.
Yep.
It was
So
impressive.
cool.
It was awesome.
It was awesome.
And they're so nice.
Yeah.
And in their store, you can go and play games from their library there, or you can rent them and take them home. And beyond that, they
that's
have
cool.
they have board games. They have an RPG library you can explore as well. So I just want to throw support their way. You can come into the store if you're in the Maryland area, or you can order online at info@omnihedral.com. They also are available for events. They can bring their game library to conventions or weddings, bar and bat mitzvahs, office parties, or even, a lowly Glass Cannon Network Vegas retreat.
If you want to have the coolest wedding ever,
Yeah.
maybe like bring 1,000 board games. Like, this wedding is going to be 96 hours. It's going to take place over 4 days.
But you'll have a good time.
They drove this game library from Maryland to Vegas?
Yep.
Yeah.
They did. Yes.
Damn. All right.
It was so cool.
We just found out that I think on the way back they scheduled a dinosaur tour. So these people are our people.
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
They are awesome.
So thank you very much to them. Again, it's info@omnihedral.com. And also, if you are not already a subscriber and you are enjoying this and you want to listen to the podcast version of this, you can visit jointhenaish.com to access the podcast version of this show, jointhenaish.com. Okay, so as a serious back to Rhodes, I want to talk about this game, which is super cool. It's called, I've gotten to explore it since I think you had the book in Vegas. So we were, I've been on a journey with it. To give you a sense of the game, you're all going to be playing Wanderers. And I'm going to quote from this beautiful, beautiful rulebook. You're going to be traveling down a long road full of adventures, struggles, and wonders toward your ultimate destiny. You will face and overcome challenges, defeat foes who seek to waylay or destroy you, and thwart the plans of an evil and powerful adversary. Over time, you become very different people than you were when you first set out on the road. And one of the things that makes this game really interesting to me, anyway, is that there's no pre-made world here. It's there's no maps, there's no lore, there's no preset NPCs. You can do this in different ways, but you kind of can build and discover it with your gaming group as you go. You can also play in an existing fictional world. That's also an option they lay out for you in the book. So if there's something, Clint, I think you said before the show, we could play this as Lord of the Rings or Star Trek, and it would all kind of fit.
All the same, yeah.
And I think that's true. That said, there are some basic principles that I'm going to share with you now. And I apologize, this episode's going to be a little bit of me talking, but we'll get out of that soon. So the first one is, the road is full of dangers and wonders. And again, we're going to build out the nature of this as we go, but suffice it to say, and again, I'm quoting here, that the road is populated by beings and mysteries that will attract wanderers' attention, offer them opportunities, and complicate or endanger your journey. Because, another principle is, there is an adversary working against the wanderers. And just who or what that adversary is, we'll start to build out as we go. And obviously, I get to participate in that too. But also, the world is ancient, vast, and haunted. The book says, the world through which the road cuts is so big that no mortal could possibly see it in one lifetime. Maps of the world exist, but they are either incomplete or uncertain. the road is also as much a journey through time as it is across land. It is littered with sights of ancient glory, scars from terrible calamities, and the echoes of people and beings who once walked the land. And this is another big thing, because beings of legend walk the earth, and these are known as entities, which will come into play. And again, their exact nature is for us to zero in on. They might be gods, or spirits, or demons, or ancient or and unknowable machine intelligences. They might be, entirely unconcerned with mortals like you, or they might be working in concert with the evil adversary. Another idea. Magic and high technology are rare and dangerous. So they do exist in this world, but the vast majority of the people are living kind of mundane, hardscrabble lives. You're going to encounter some kind of wondrousness along the way, but you'll probably consider it to be unknowable or unreliable or unsafe. And this is the final principle, and this one may be most important. Hope is distant, but never absent. The odds are going to be against you. You're just a few mortals against a deeply inhospitable world. But, as the book says, there is always a chance, however slim, that the wanderers will make it to the end of the road, and at least some of what was lost might be restored. Okay, I'm going to kind of stop talking as much now, because we're going to start off with a session 0. So, the session 0 in this game is pretty awesome, and you can kind of approach it a bunch of different ways. But the way we're going to do it is with characters. So we're going to build out our characters together, and then we'll get into one of my favorite mechanics, which is building out the world from those characters. But the world, you can run this any way you want. You can start with the adversary and then build backwards. You can start with the world itself and then populate it. But I think for our purposes, just so we can explore the game and the mechanics, we'll start with characters. So you all have had the materials, and the game offers you a kind of a collection of playbooks for a kind of specific character archetype with build options that you can look through and choose. You guys have had a chance to look at these. Are any of these jumping out at you? You want to talk to me about what you've chosen?
Sure. It took us a while to sort of negotiate what would be a good mix amongst us. But I've started with a character who is in some way tied to our adversary, whatever that ends up being. I'm the one who turned from shadow. You were once a servant of the adversary, but the road and the Wanderer's companionship offers you a slim chance at redemption.
Ooh, redemption. Very cool.
Road to redemption.
Mary Lou, what you got going?
Yeah, there were a few playbooks in here that I thought were really, really cool. But I think I've settled on The Last Champion. You're the only survivor of a once mighty order of warriors, a great fighter weighed down by your sense of loss and responsibility.
Cool.
Yeah, it's very cool.
McD, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking the one who walks two paths, which is a character who has their foot in two different worlds, which as it's described, is like cultural strata, right? Yeah. And you can't be a part of both at the same time. Like a shorthand for this, I think, would kind of be like the Penguin, like from DC Comics, from Batman, right? Because he, in some interpretations, mayor of Gotham, but also lived in the sewer, just lives in two different worlds and is trying to serve two different masters.
Right. And Sydney, what did you pick?
I picked the one who would rule, a charismatic heir to a great nation, a proud people, or a sacred institution. You have not yet taken or earned the mantle of leadership yet. The future only lies at the end of the road, which I like because a lot of what this game seems to be about from just reading these different playbooks and stuff is what is the motivation? Your character has to go on this journey and make sacrifices and stuff. And that one stood out because I was like, oh yeah, well, if to get to this leadership position, whatever that may be, they have to do the journey. So it made sense.
Great. All right, well, let's get into it. So if you open up your character sheets for these playbooks, the first thing we're going to do is first impressions. So it'll be the first section on your character sheet. So the way these characters are laid out, with each one you have certain options. You'll have a kind of a chart or a table, and you kind of check off things that are specific. And so for first impressions, you're basically going to choose characteristics for your expression, your body, your clothing, and age. And you'll check off one in each of these categories. But I will mention that something to keep in mind that's kind of fun is that this is not necessarily who you are. It's the first impression others would have when they first meet you. So, as we go along, or as we further build out, or as we role play, these can be contradicted or complicated. But yeah, so I think what we'll do is we'll go around, and you can kind of, if you want to make your decisions ahead of time, it's fine, or we can kind of do it together. But anyone already done? You want to start us off?
I've done mine.
Great.
Okay, so first impressions. Are we going to do one and then move it?
Do all four. Let's just do all four.
That's fair. So expression is unsettling calm.
Okay.
Cool.
Great.
Body is human, but a little something else.
Okay.
Human, but a little something else. Great.
Clothing is simple and sparse. And age would be worn and well trod.
Okay. So you've seen some things.
I've seen some shit, man.
Okay, great. Okay, great, cool. Thank you. Who's next?
My expression is a bit too self-assured, noble, and proud.
Okay.
My body is strong, athletic, untested. My age is tempered adulthood.
Tempered adulthood? Like tempered chocolate?
Tempered adulthood. Just the right amount of adulthood. And my clothing is full royal regalia.
Whoa.
Okay.
What are you wearing?
Whoa.
We don't have to get into that right now. Sorry.
Okay.
No, we can.
I have an idea.
Another principle of the game is that the gameplay and this part is also just largely a conversation. I was saying that there's actually a kind of not much structure. It's really just us telling the story together. So questions like this are like good. So like, what are you thinking, Sydney? Like,
I think they might be like a knight, and they might be inheriting something or like trying to vie for somebody's hand in a marriage. So I think they are like a knight without a kingdom right now. Maybe their kingdom was lost or something, and they are trying to appeal to somebody else to be able to take this like higher position of I don't know, maybe like to own a fiefdom or something, or to become a duke, a duke or a duchess. I don't know who they are yet.
Way to aim for the middle.
Just one fiefdom, please. No king for me, thanks. You know what, Clint? You're right. You know what? Hold on. You're right. I can do better.
The once and future Viscount.
Okay, but the Duke is the highest one. It's higher than Marquis. It's higher than Viscount. It's higher than freaking Baron.
Lord.
Shoot. I didn't want to pick king because I was like, do we have to do like a monarchy kingdom? Maybe it's something else.
If you don't want to.
Yeah.
No.
Let me think. Let you guys talk about what you're doing, and maybe I'll change this up then. Maybe they won't. Maybe they won't be a knight.
The word you say is going to define a ton about the world. If you said chairman, that's going to tell us a ton about what the fuck's happening.
Once and future chairman.
So true.
It's a road through a corporate skyscraper.
It's my fantasy, the once and future general manager.
Okay, well, you think about it.
Let me think on it. I might change it.
Mary Lou, what are you thinking for your last champion?
For my last champion, I think that she is, I think she is broad and muscular.
Great.
She's, noble but sad. She's wearing the iconic uniform of my order. And she's younger than she acts. I kind of, when I saw Last Champion, I thought maybe, like, why would she be the last one? I think maybe she was like a squire. And they all went out for one last battle and all got, like, they wouldn't let her go. And they all got, like, destroyed. And she was like gonna graduate the next day or something. And
Oh no.
never actually, but she's the last one.
All right, that's so sad.
That's super sad.
It's like I was like, it's like the end of The Last Mohicans.
Yeah, something like that. So I think she's pretty young, but I think she's really strong, but doesn't have a ton of experience.
Okay, cool. All right, and Clint, what are you thinking? You are the one who turned from shadow.
Yes. So whatever I am, I worked for our adversary at some point. But my expression is trying to look friendly. My clothing is still in your old uniform.
Ah.
My body is more machine than flesh. And my age is youth darkened by trauma.
Oh, a youth.
Ooh, that machine thing, that's very interesting.
I might read machine differently depending on what our setting's like. Like if machine could be just simply be, welded armor together, or it could be, animated by like roots and vines that are, just means a part of me is not all person.
Is a peg leg a machine?
It's a very simple machine.
I suppose so.
It's true. You could have a knife for a hand. That would be a machine.
That's right.
A simple machine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. All right. So that's first impressions. And also, like, it's fun too. Like, if you build these out, it's like the first impressions kind of give you your first impression, and then you can you build from there. Okay. So now we turn to backstory, which is actually and it works in a similar way. It's going to be your next section on the sheet. It's going to be different for each of you. So for the one who turned from shadow, it says a history of violence on your sheet. Last champion, it's the old order. So it's the next section down. But what you're going to do is you look at those, you make your choice. It'll give you specific rules for what you can choose. So it's like you can select one, you select two, it depends on what you're doing. This might also include some special rules or mechanics for your character. But yeah, you'll go that. No one chose the Reluctant Guardian. Okay, great. There's kind of a separate mode for Reluctant Guardian. But okay, cool. Who wants to start? Wants to walk us through their backstory?
Same order.
You want to go?
I was going to say go to same order.
Yeah, totally.
Same order.
I think either same order or snake it, like reverse it.
Snake it. Right.
Like Clint's got to go first, and then me.
I'm ready. I can do it.
All right, let's snake it.
I think we snake it.
So I am choosing from, as Matthew mentioned, a section called A History of Violence. How am I still defined by my dark origin? There's a lot of stuff here, but I think I'm going to go with the adversary's prototype for a new breed of war beast or killing machine.
Whoa.
Wow. Okay.
What is your body? Your body again was like more machine than human or
flesh.
something.
More machine than flesh.
Oh.
Okay. Wow. That's dark. And then you have what turning point made you decide to betray the adversary and side with the Wanderers is your next question.
There's a lot of interesting options here.
Yeah.
I like that these speak to the other players in a lot of instances. I think I'm going to go with, and this is with 0 people in mind, I felt something for one of the Wanderers. Okay. Don't know what it was and don't know who it was.
Great. Well, you have the once and future Duke here, so that might be something.
Yeah, he seems like a nerd, though.
Go either way.
Okay, great. All right, so snaking it, then we move to Sydney next, right?
No, I think it's me.
Okay, Mary Lou.
I think I went after Sydney. Okay, so my choices are about my old order, the order that I am the last champion of. And I need to choose 2 oaths of my order. And I have chosen 1, defend the faithful, and 2, uphold the old laws. I love the idea of like when there are like old, the old ways that we must follow that like maybe don't really make sense and we don't know why we follow these laws, or maybe they've gotten like twisted in time or something. I love that shit. So defend the faithful and uphold the old laws. Not sure what those are yet. And then I had to choose 2 of the following causes, 2 causes that I believe contributed to my order's downfall.
Cool.
And one of them is something I already mentioned, a bloody final battle. So I think that's one of them, a bloody final battle.
Great.
And 2, this one's basic, but I think it's just really good. The adversary's wrath.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense. Great.
So,
Alrighty.
that's my old order.
These character sheets rule.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very simple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is this game has an inspiration in the Powered by the Apocalypse system, which we'll get into. I think I've never played any other game that way, but the way it was introduced to me, it was like it's an imperfect comparison, but think a kind of proto Blades in the Dark, right? Where it's you can kind of see that in the character.
It's literally
sheet.
true. Yeah,
that's literally true. Okay, great.
Yeah.
I also really like all of the art is like pixel art. It's very really well done pixel art. It's cool.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, Sydney, you were next. The one who would rule.
Yeah, I think I'm figuring out more about them. I didn't even realize there was like this kind of specific backstory. So this is helping. So I did, for mine, it says the throne awaits. Instead of being seated at a throne, you choose why you were forced along for the journey along the road. Choose one or more reasons for your postponed coronation. I chose all royal heirs must undergo a pilgrimage. So that's normal. But I also chose I was sent away for my own safety, and I've yet to win my crown through honor or glory. Okay. And then troublesome inheritances. The thing that I've inherited in my royal lineage is a family curse, real or imagined.
Okay.
And I'm starting to see this character more clearly. They are a knight. Like, they are a sir, but they were knighted just because that was the thing to do to keep them in power within the family. And then they were sent away immediately due to, like, danger or whatever this perceived real or not real curse was. So they have never been in battle. They don't really know anything about being a knight. They're not a bad person, but they're now trying to, like, achieve their crown, whatever that will be for whatever kingdom. But they don't really know how. They don't really have like a skill set for that.
Well, fortunately, the next part of your backstory is your aspiration. What kind of ruler do you want to be?
I think it's going to be befriend the people, which is a +1 to folkwise, but a -1 to iron will.
All right, we'll get to that. That's we'll do traits in a bit, but yeah, keep that in mind, and we'll
cool.
make that adjustment when we get there. Okay, and McD, what are you rolling with?
Okay, so the next part of my playbook is the balance. And it is to select one of these pairs of paths to describe the 2 worlds you are trying to live between.
Ooh.
Okay.
So what I've chosen is trying to live between the rich diversity of civilization and community and the beauty of the natural and the unexplored.
Cool.
And as a subsection of this, it gets into the traits, which I imagine everyone will get into traits at some point during this character sheet, during this part of it. But it says choose one trait that is associated with one path, and one trait that is associated with the other. And so it's asking me to choose 2 traits like immediately that are associated with one path or the other.
Yes. Do you have an idea, or do you want to wait?
So the one trait will be nimble mind, or the rich diversity of civilization, right? Which the 2 bullet points in there, it's just like to outwit or seek insight is nimble mind. And the other trait that I chose is iron will, And that is, for instance, like bend reality or to withstand
Okay, great.
Adverse conditions.
So then you... It's funny, you record both, and then you check a box to reflect the path you've been embodying at the beginning of the road.
Correct.
And then for whichever is checked, you get a +1 ongoing to that corresponding trait, which is a +1 modifier to all your rolls with that trait.
Yes.
And a -1 to the other one. So it's funny. It's like you can, and I imagine you can rebalance as things go on.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty cool.
Okay. All right. So that is background or backstory. Now we'll do playbook features. So this is actually on the next page of your playbooks. You'll see, again, it's on the right side of the page. You'll see a bunch of basically powers, special rules, mechanics, special moves that will either add to or replace your basic moves, which we'll get into in a second. But for example, if we're going to do a snake, we'll start with you, McD. One thing I see here, actually, yeah. So you have one option here. It's called "But I am this as well." Whenever you mark a path box after making a choice as part of your balance, you also mark 1 experience. An experience is, again, we'll get to, but whenever you fail a roll or you miss, you mark an experience, and after 5 experience, you hit a milestone, which then gives you a boost to your abilities. So you get to pick 3 of these. Do you want to talk through these, or do you want to wait and see how they come out in gameplay?
I've read through the book and this. I think I know what I'm going for.
Okay, great. Why don't you give us a general sense of the
Sure. So the 3 that I chose of the playbook features. One is I know how they think. And that is take +1 ongoing on engage on entity or know their mind or outwit when dealing with people or entities who walk the path you currently have marked under your balance.
Great.
Right? So there are 2 different ones for me. And then the next one I had chosen was like the back of my hand. Choose 2 of the environments from the list below. When you spend a hold from the Seek Insight to affect stay on the path roll in one of these environments, which we're going to get into what all of that means. So that'll make way more sense later. You got a +2 instead of +1. So concealment or secret roads, and then sprawling cities are the 2.
Well, that seems right for the two paths you've chosen.
Correct. And then the third would be a pair of masks. You are known by 2 alter egos, one tied to each of your paths. For each path, choose 1 basic move that uses the trait associated with it and mark it as special. While using 1 identity, you are unrecognizable to loyal mortal followers of the opposite path. You take a +1 ongoing to the move you marked for that path. So, and again, like some of it's like nitty gritty language, like, well, yeah, we'll come to be, but this is really just you're able to, gain advantage on one path against a certain sort of like what is then your adversary, essentially, like an adversarial path, just for me specifically. So
cool.
Those are the features I have.
So you're kind of like Batman. Or whatever.
You'll see. I'm nothing like Batman, but yes, totally. Mm-hmm. Like Batman.
Cool.
Like Batman, totally. Right. Okay, great. All right, Sydney, what are you thinking?
Oh my gosh. I automatically get one called Fealty. A lot of this I realize is rolling Iron Will, which is something that I just nerfed myself on in my previous choice, but that's okay. I like it. I think that's fun. So Fealty is basically to gain the fealty of a character that you bring in, Matthew, of a scrivener character.
Okay.
I must first convince them of my worthiness to hold my throne. If they find me worthy, I can roll a + Iron Will. On a hit, your character swears fealty to me, which I think is hilarious.
That's really funny. Okay.
So I get that automatically. But then the ones that I want to pick don't kill me, but I kind of want to pick one called Entourage.
Jesus Christ.
Love it.
But it's mechanical. It's straight up mechanical. We don't have to bring in a million characters.
Oh,
basically,
yeah. Like, we're not going to bring in a million characters.
At least 1 snake.
Who? This group? I don't think so.
A single snake.
A single snake could change everything for us. entourage. I travel with one loyal, capable, handpicked staff. I choose, I'm just kidding, two. Choose two of the following. There's a bodyguard, a scout, a counselor, and a valet. And when I take this move, I get a point of entourage. And when I use the entourage, I basically can use the traits. Each of these characters, they have like 2 different little traits. I can give myself a bonus to whatever I'm rolling that is the trait of that they have.
Oh no, it's even more powerful. So you can turn a miss into a hit. Or you can turn, so basically, we'll get into this, but basically all your dice rolls in the game, you roll 2d6 and then add relevant modifiers. Anything from a 7 or above is a hit, so it's a success. But if you roll 7 to 9, that's a success with a complication. So basically, this entourage allows you to turn a miss into a hit with a complication, or a hit with a complication into a unqualified hit.
Wait. What if it's Johnny Drama?
What if it's Johnny Drama?
Like, is that a miss automatic? Like, what happens if it's, like Eric versus Johnny, or Turtle, for instance?
Oh, God.
Auto hit.
So you've never seen the end of fucking Return of the King.
I've seen
You're dropping Entourage.
I've watched the movie. Mm-hmm. It was like 90 minutes, dude.
Man.
Why would I do that thing?
All right. Okay.
I
it's
am
your
going to pick
responsibility
entourage.
to populate these entourage.
Yes.
And then
yes.
I guess I'll play them.
Unless you fall in love with one and you really want to play them, Matthew, and I would allow that.
Right.
I guess I have to pick 2. I'll do that in a second. So I'm going to do entourage. I'm going to do heraldry. My appearance and bearing reflects my storied lineage. I choose a trait symbolized in the heraldry and I mark it special. And when I mark a struggle, blah, 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 there's just some other boons to it. And I think I'll also do, even though I took an initial negative to Iron Will, we still can fill out our traits. We haven't done that yet fully. So I'm going to take, I still require your service, and I can roll Iron Will to help an injured comrade. Because I don't know if we have like a healer per se. I don't really know what the party makeup is.
You can all, I don't know what other people's specific abilities are going to be, but when you rest, there's a mechanic by which you can use to heal some harm. Okay, great. I completely lost track of our snake, but I think Mary Lou, you are next.
It's me. Yeah. Okay. Amazing. The one I'm definitely taking is Master of Arms. When you take up arms, you may choose to deal 1 harm even if you roll a miss. Okay. Or if you roll a hit and you don't choose to deal your weapon's harm to a foe. So if I roll a hit but I choose some other effect, which I don't know what they are yet, but I'm going to find out.
Yes.
But I can always deal 1 harm even if I miss or do something else, which I think is cool. And then I'm choosing another one, not while I still stand, which is when I take up arms and choose to protect another wanderer from an incoming threat. On a hit, me and the wanderer I protected, we each gain 1 fellowship.
Great.
Which I think is cool. I don't know what that means yet, but I'm excited to find out.
We'll find out.
And then I'm choosing between these last 2. Okay, I just want to say I could have chosen to get a faithful and clever animal partner.
Sure.
And I am thinking about it. It's called It's Not a Pet. That's
Why would we not want to add more characters?
Yeah, I agree. Go for it.
But because these other 2 sound really cool. Okay, so the one is This Pain Is Nothing, which is I may prevent myself from taking up to 3 harm from a single source by marking 1 struggle instead.
Okay,
that could be useful.
That's fun.
Or They Still Remember. When I'm present and the party rolls to make our case to any person or group that has or would have benefited from my order fulfilling their oaths, I can present the symbol of my order and reveal myself, and then we proceed as if we had rolled a 10 plus for the party move. So like if we had succeeded. And then I also mark a struggle.
Great. For the record, Fellowship is a pool. It's a party-wide pool. You can spend points to turn a miss into a hit, into a hit into an unqualified hit, and so on.
Cool.
Cool. Great.
So I think I want that Still Remember thing, or This Pain Is Nothing. If we think we're going to get into a lot of combat, I think I'm going to be a tank. Epic Farm. I think I kind of like that one. I don't know.
It's cool.
If it has anything to do with my order or the oaths, we just get a 10 plus.
And you just get to say that it does.
Yeah, we have to. We do have to decide what the oaths are. It does say in my playbook. But, in my playbook, it says that we should decide what the faithful means, and then what are some of the old laws.
I think you should let all of us make up one old law.
I agree.
Yeah.
Fantastic. It does say 2 to 4, so.
I agree.
All right. We'll work on that. Okay, great.
I'm going to take that one.
All right. And then, Clint, what do you got?
So, all of mine are pretty gnarly. but I'm going to take one called Dark Arts and Forbidden Science. When I successfully bend reality, I can choose a second effect. But I must also select complication. I think me being around is just bad for the world.
That's fun. And yeah, if you look at the bend reality basic move, which is on page, just was looking at it, and then I moved 12. You'll see there are effects for this, specific effects and specific complications. And so an effect could be deal 2 harm, or summon an entity, or grant defense to somebody else. You could also, but the complications, you can take 1 harm. You could break reality in some small but horrific or disastrous way, or you draw immediate dangerous attention to yourself. So you have, I will say, when you on these rolls, it is often incumbent on the player, not necessarily the scrivener, or it's what they call the GM in this game, to choose that complication. So it's up to you to kind of pick the thing that will be most interesting for the story. Actually, for Clint, that having played various games with you, I feel like that's actually an ideal power for you.
Yeah, I like finding ways that both harm me and my friends. And to that end, I'm also going to take the next option presented, which is called Dread Arsenal, where I choose an additional harm that my weapons deal in one of the following tags. And I'm going to choose the tag Terrify.
Okay.
Cool.
And then finally, because I'm trying to be a good person, I'm going to take one called That's Rough, Buddy. And that's when you offer comfort, you may add the folkwise score of the wanderer you're comforting rather than your own to the roll.
Okay. It's like pat them on the shoulder.
Sorry that happened to you.
I'm sorry.
This is all entirely based on the expression I have is trying to look friendly. I think everything about me says not friendly, but I'm trying my fucking best.
I love that.
Great. Okay. All right. So those are your playbook features. So now we move on to starting traits. So we've already alluded to these a little bit, but there are 4 traits listed here. And so they are Folkwise, Iron Will, Nimble Mind, and Stout Heart. So you'll notice that attached to each of them, you'll see their associated basic move. So for instance, Iron Will has Bend Reality attached to it. So that is an act of Iron Will. And at the same time, Nimble Mind has Outwit or Seek Insight, like we talked about. And Stout Heart has Engage an Entity or Take Up Arms. So when you're faced with a test or challenge, you'll roll the appropriate basic move and the trait that's associated with that. So you'll roll 2d6 and add the modifier from that trait. And like we said, 7 or higher you hit. 10 plus means things went about as well as you could have hoped. 7 to 9 is a limited or mixed success with a complication, and 6 or lower is a miss. But for now, you distribute the following starting values amongst your 4 traits as you choose. So you get +2, +1, +0, and -1. So let's continue our snake. So Clint, do you have an arrangement of how you distribute?
Yes, I think so. I'm going to go with Folkwise -1.
That is the one that includes Offer Comfort.
Correct. However, I just took a skill that lets me use their Folkwise when I try to comfort them.
Uh-huh. Power game.
Smart.
Right?
He's such a min-maxer.
I see how it's working. Then for Iron Will, that will be where I place my +2.
Great. That makes sense.
For Nimble Mind, that will be my 0. And Stout Heart will be my +1.
Okay. Cool. Sydney, how'd you distribute?
Yeah, so I think I'm going to do Folkwise +1. And then with the math of my previous In my backstory, my befriend the people, it's a +1 to folkwise, but I'm going to, the math is mathing. I'm basically going to give myself like the -1 and then do the plus. Oh wait, would that make it 0?
So you're choosing -1 for folkwise, but then you get a +1 from befriend the people, so you start with 0 in folkwise.
So then maybe I'll give it the 0 for folkwise and then give it the +1. I want to end up with the +1.
There you go. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Right. So now my 0's done. Iron Will, I'm gonna do. Oh,
you're gonna get a -1 to this from your backstory.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the +2 to this so that I get a 1.
Okay.
Then I still have.
No. Oh no!
I know. What am I doing?
Man.
I still have a +1 and I have a -1. So I'll give my -1 to Nimble Mind and my +1 to Stout Heart.
Okay.
So I ended up with a weird arrangement, but
You got 1, 1, -1, 1.
1. Yeah.
Okay. So you're,
Kind of cool.
I mean, that's pretty good. All right, great. And then, all right, McD, how'd your guy shake out?
Do we skip Mary? We skip Mary.
Oh, sorry, Mary Lou. I'm sorry. I'm the snake. We're snaking. So I took my notes
Snaking.
in a different order, and then that you were also arranged. So I'm just very confused.
It's fine. You clearly took your -1 in Nimble Mind, just like me. God, McD, I really hope you took a plus in Nimble Mind. Because none of us are.
Should be rearranged. Oh, okay.
I did.
Because none of us are very nimbly minded. Okay, my folkwise, I took 0. My Iron Will, I took 1. Nimble Mind, -1. Stout Heart, 2.
Okay. So yeah, so Stout Heart, it makes sense if you're a knight.
Taking up arms.
You're a warrior. You're
Yeah.
taking up arms probably more than anyone else. Okay, great. And now, McD, the one who walks 2 paths.
Yes. So for folkwise, I took 0.
Right?
For Iron Will, I took 1. For Nimble Mind, I took 2. And for Stout Heart, I took -1. I am not a fighter.
Cool.
Okay. So not Batman.
No, I told you I'm not Batman.
All right, I believe you.
But the more you say it,
Right.
the more.
Well, maybe I'm Batman
Not
from like what was the one where he broke his back and had to live in a hole for a while?
Oh, sure.
Maybe I'm that Batman.
Oh.
Cool.
Dark Knight Rises.
It's the one that Dark Knight Rises is based. It's the first part of Dark Knight Rises is based on, right? But isn't the whole like in Wayne Manor? Like it's a whole. It's very different.
Yeah, it's.
There's a lot of bats in there, Matthew. Let it go.
You know what I mean?
All right.
It was thematically
the
on
hole
brand.
is where Bane was born. Where he was.
the hole is where Bane
He
was.
was born
true.
in it, molded by it.
Mm-hmm.
I was just
That's right.
I was just listening to a podcast about this, and they're pointing out that like the whole like it's the worst prison imaginable, but like they have a TV and like it's mostly populated by like enlightened older men who are like, here's how we cure a broken back and train you to become. Yeah,
I'll tell you what. TikTok wants me to watch the
child was raised.
opening scene of that movie all the time.
A lot.
Just all the time. There's like always. There's like, yeah, you want to watch the opening scene of this Batman movie? I'm like, you know what? I kind of do. I kind of do want to watch
I
this
get Batman
airplane
Begins
scene.
a lot.
the opening
get
scene of
Batman
Dark Knight
Begins.
Rises is stunning. It's
You know,
So
just
good.
like, yeah, do you want to watch this?
maybe the best part
cool
of the
airplane scene? I'm like, yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Expect one of us in the
I'll give you
wreckage,
4
brother.
minutes. TikTok. Yeah. What do you got?
Have you ever watched it with the before they redubbed Bane?
No.
So there was the
no.
IMAX preview. They play, and everyone was like, "You can't understand a word he's saying." So they went back, like, to their credit. They
Yeah, I
went back
remember
and
that
redubbed.
happening. Yeah.
But you
Oh,
can
wow.
you
I
can
didn't
find
know
like
that.
comparisons like side by side, and like there, I think it's harder to understand. I will say.
Was it still his voice?
Yeah, it's his voice. Both like it's just Tom Hardy went back and re-ADR, but
Okay.
it's like and he gets a little more sing-songy, and so it's like you can hear him. It's very different.
I love that.
Yeah, I do
I'm
too.
so weird. I'm
reminding me.
obsessed.
I was once nearly ejected from a game session because I took a cup at the table and I started talking to it, insisting that I was Bane's brother Blaine.
Oh
It's me,
my
Blaine.
goodness.
It's me.
For you.
Yeah. Did you encapsulate yourself in like an ice cube or something? No.
Yeah. You know, it's one of those things that, I say you only have to entertain yourself, but if nobody else likes it, you should probably stop.
Mm.
We should probably
It's good
not
to
do that on this
Double
stream.
down.
but I would be, because pretty soon we'd all be just be going like, you're
I'm really holding myself
second
back
half
right now.
of the show in Bane voice.
We're being so strong.
Yeah, I'm really trying hard not to do it. I wanted
Guys,
to.
Somebody change the subject quick.
We have a whole adversary we get to build later.
Oh, yes, true.
It's Bane.
That's true.
It's Bane. Okay, now the next step is introductions. So normally, if we weren't doing this for public consumption, we would now introduce our characters to each other with some of the stuff we've already been saying. But since we've already been doing that, why don't we instead, do any of you have a name for your character yet? Or if not, that's okay. We can.
I do.
Okay, great. All right, let's do it. McD, let's start with you.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go with the name part of this character sheet because I think it's fun for my for my guy. So, among the restaurant elite, I am known as Stefan.
Okay.
While the festival crowd call me Steve.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
Well done. Well done.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just gonna write that down,
Yep.
Stefan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, Mary Lou, what is your last champion's name?
Oh my god.
This is moving fast.
So far we're in. I don't know. Okay, I wrote down. This is Jendalyn the Stubborn.
Jendalyn the Stubborn.
Jendalyn.
I like it.
I like it too. Jendalyn with a J?
Jendalyn with a J.
Okay.
Last of the 100 Hellraisers.
Oh.
That's really good.
Wow, that's pretty badass.
And that's all I have. Yeah, Jendalyn the Stubborn, last of the 100 Hellraisers.
So there was 99 other people who died in that final battle?
Whoa, man.
Yeah.
All right. Clint, what is the one who turned from Shadow's name?
Jesus. Let's see. It says on the sheet, I am still known as blank by those who fear me. I am I'm one of the Malice Brood, whatever the fuck that is. Right?
Oh.
Malice Brood.
I don't think I had like a name because I think it was part of like a group.
Like an evil collective.
Right? But so the next part is by those who fear me, and I'm known as blank by my companions. Guys, what do you want to call me? How about
Mal.
Steve is spelled different.
Good.
Good. I'll go with Mal for now.
Mal, okay.
Mal.
Okay, and Sydney, what is the one who would rule's name?
I think, okay, it's gonna be Sir Kalian of Isgarth, heir to the kingdom of Toussaint.
Oh, it's just gonna be Sir...
Sir K.
Sir what?
Sir Kalian. Sir Kalian.
Sir K de Soleil.
Sir K.
Sir K du Soleil.
Sir Kay de Soleil.
Shit, it should have been that. Sir Kalian, yeah.
Okay, so we've got Sir Kalian, Stefan to the restaurant elite, and Steve to the festival
Steve,
crowd.
if you're cool.
Steve, if you're cool. Jendalyn the Stubborn, last of the 100 Hellraisers, and one of the Malice Brood, or as he's trying to be known, Mal, to make up our wanderers. We will continue with our character creation and start to build out the world after this short break. Stick around, we'll be right back.
It's Friday night, and it's time for chaos! We got Ross Bryant!
His skill has gone from a paltry 20 to a manly and robust 21.
Nora Ibrahim in the house!
If you fumble on a roll, you're breaking your elbows.
We got Rob Kirkovich!
You're a fucking intern, and you'll always be in it!
Joe O'Brien, everybody! Joe!
Mr. Walsh. Dr. Walsh. Tell you what, I'll allow it once. I sort of thought between us there was a little,
I'll fucking kill you!
You have heroin? I accept you enthrall me, ever chaste.
You're gonna have to get used to this shit.
You hear the cocking of a gun.
So what do you think?
Who really is this pale viper? It's just someone going like...
London Bridge is falling down!
You have to meet all the guys!
Drunken, shirt-sucking.
And then Carter invents the fist bump.
This is the most fun I've had in a long time.
Oh, we back it up.
back, baby!
Ooh, yeah. And we're back. I have a bone to pick. Not a bone to pick, but we've received a little information from CJ, producer CJ. Sydney Kill is Dutch.
I messed that one up. Thank you. Thank you for correcting me, though, CJ, because I felt like a dum-dum after I read that you had said that, but it was too late to go back. And I was like, great, everybody's going to listen to this and be typing in the chat like, she's so stupid.
So this is my favorite kind of correction, because we corrected it in stream, but there's going to be some asshole who, in the middle of the stream, has to pause to write the fact that they knew. And then when we discover that we said it later, it just means you didn't even finish the episode, you piece of shit.
Right.
You're so fast.
Totally. I mean, I would just addendum that and say, like, some very valuable viewer who we super value
was mean to me online, and I saw that.
And how did it make you feel, valuable listener?
Sid, I gotta tell you, like, most of the public stuff, I delete 90+% of it before you ever see it.
My guy. That means the stuff I do see isn't even the worst of it, huh?
No, no. The stuff you see is like what I'm like, all right. You know, my filter is so messed up at this point. Like, it's been too many years, and my filter is just destroyed. I'm just like,
you're like a content moderator. You're like the secondary trauma that becomes.
Correct. The folks who work at Facebook clearing out all the.
Correct. Yes, correct. Yes, that's what I am, and like at some like my filter is not great. My fiance read Reddit the other day. It was just like, oh my god! I was like, I don't even.
Good correction. Good correction, though. It was obviously the conquerors who named all the rivers. Duh.
Also, it's not
the famous conquerors of America.
What for a time?
They're sneaky. They're sneaky. They did some stuff.
The Pennsylvania Dutch did.
They did plenty.
River.
Ever heard of South Africa?
Means creek.
Yeah. Creek?
Yes.
Oh, I double fumbled the bag.
Also Indonesia, right? Wasn't Indonesia a Dutch
creek
colony?
is a type of river.
Every creek is a river, but not every river is a creek.
Sydney, just stop by your head.
Light her up in the comments, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all the scientists jump in.
Actually,
I miss having internet haters. I went viral in the bad way once, and it was really stressful at first, but then I discovered I love being mean to stupid people on the internet, and it's like a passion of mine, and I miss it. I do. I wish I had.
You handled it really well, I have to say.
Thank you. It was fun for me. It lit me up, and I didn't know. But I miss it. I do.
I have to disagree. You did not go viral in a bad way. You went viral for a hilarious video.
Yep.
Thank you.
That was very funny. And
Thank you.
People are stupid and insane, and
it attracted the wrong type of attention until I realized that it was everything I've ever wanted.
I mean, you just notice the bad more you notice the good. It's really
yeah, sure. Yes,
like,
yes,
like way more of it was good than bad. But like
that is true.
The bad was like unhinged and crazy, and you were
and loud.
You were here for it the whole time.
Yeah,
just being like, no,
I didn't know.
Yep, I'm not. I'm not allowed to do that.
You get to discover yourself through adversity.
I don't get to do that.
Well, speaking of discovering yourself through adversity, here we are playing The Long Road Ahead.
Masterful.
Here we are.
Thank you.
That was good. That was really good.
I appreciate you all. So let's just if you're just joining us, we are playing this. This is an RPG called The Long Road Ahead, and we are in the midst of our session 0 and creating a hodgepodge, a motley crew of interesting characters. So I thought maybe let's run through again. We did this right at the end, but let's just say our name and the playbook we're doing, and then also pronouns for your character, if you don't mind. can't remember. I'm so messed up on the snake.
Were we on the snake? The snake starts with Clint, I believe.
Okay. Clint, what is your name? What is your playbook? And what are your pronouns?
Well, I am still known as the Malice Brood by those who fear me, but as Mal by my companions. I am the one who turned from shadow. They, them. I don't think I consider myself gender.
Great.
Very cool. I am Gendolin the Stubborn, last of the 100 Hellraisers. I'm the last champion. It's my playbook. And Gendolin is she, her.
Great. Thank you.
I am Sir Kalian of Isgarth, heir to the kingdom of Toussaint, and I am the one who would rule. He, him.
All right. And McD?
I am, well, it depends. Are you part of the restaurant elite?
Oh.
I think this Groupon answers that question.
Dude, as someone who worked in restaurants for a long time, like the word Groupon, I'd be like, here we go. All right, let's say it. What do we got? Like, I don't know. All right, sure, whatever. I don't want to talk to you. So, well, I'll disagree. So I am Stefan to the restaurant elite. But
and to the festival crowd?
To the festival crowd, Steve.
And what are your pronouns?
My pronouns are he, him.
Great. Okay. So now we're going to keep going with character creation here. We're actually almost done. And then we get to some cool stuff. Well, not that this isn't cool. This is actually really fun for me. I was just saying, right before we came back from the break, this is like my favorite thing. Those of you who watched our Traveler show that Sydney was on, like character creation is like my favorite thing. Like these like on life path, when you have a bunch of choices, it's my favorite thing in the world. But I hope this is entertaining for other people besides us. But at the very least, we're having a great time.
We're
having a blast.
So now what we do is you'll see on the first page of your character sheet, you'll see a section called When Our Journey Begins. And you've got a little table here. I love a table. Again, this speaks to my Traveler love. This is a cool a feature of the character creation that I really dig. So basically you have two columns and you're going to make a sentence from the pieces of sentences there and then fill in the blanks. So for example, I could pick, I'm suspicious of blank, and you would choose one of the characters in our party, one of the wanderers in our party. And then you would go, because they have the power to blank from the second column, and I could invent something there. And you could stick to what you've heard from the character creation so far, or you could invent something, right? This is, another part of the character creation is you guys all kind of participate in building out who you are. Obviously, you should get other people's permission, but so why don't we go around from there? So we just snaked up to McD, so we'll start with McD and snake back.
Okay. So when our journey began is the heading for this section. So I am afraid for is the first part of this, and I will say I am afraid for Kalian. Yep, that's you. Because I saw them having dinner at the Golden Man. With
Golden Man.
Mm-hmm. With Lady...
I did?
Yep.
You did.
With Lady Evelyn McEvie.
How dare you?
Yep.
You had dinner with Skeevy McEvie?
Mm-hmm.
No, don't call her that.
Evie McEvie.
Stop it.
Evie.
Okay, hold on.
Don't call her that. The Golden Man. Lady Evelyn McEvie.
Lady, I love it.
Mm-hmm. Who is from a northern empire called the Montauk, who has been raising funds to take down the Toussaint.
Whoa.
That because I saw that was doing a lot of work.
Yeah. You knew all that? Seeing me?
I guess Lady Evelyn
Dude,
McEvie.
I hang with the restaurant elite. I don't know if you ever hung with them, but they're pretty plugged in.
Clearly not. I don't know how to act in the restaurant.
Nope.
Okay. All right.
That's awesome.
Scandalous.
It's like the merchant class.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Are we gonna go through all of mine and then go? Are we gonna?
No, you
continue?
just choose one.
Okay.
Right?
Great.
Yeah, you choose one. You choose one. You make one sentence.
Great. Perfect.
Oh.
Done.
It says choose an option
It
from
says
the left
for
for
each
each
warrior.
other.
It's
Wanderer.
for each.
Oh,
For
wow.
each other
For each other
wanderer.
wanderer. Yeah, so you can.
So we would do 3 total.
You do 3 total. Why don't we do? Well, let's do 1 each, and then we can discover some as we go.
I
just in
agree.
the interest of
That's
keeping
fun.
things moving.
Okay, I like that.
I agree.
Okay, so snaking is now.
Sydney would be next.
Sydney.
Sydney.
I chose for one of mine, I owe a debt to Gendalin because they helped and protected me against someone who was threatening my life and had me at like knife point. And I was completely caught unawares. And I did not have a weapon on me. I was not ready. I'm not a big fighter. And Gendalin, without question, stepped in and killed them. And I feel like I owe a blood debt, like a life debt.
Okay. All right.
Mhm.
Who's next?
It would be me. And I was gonna say, I am in awe of Sir Kalian. Because he reminds me of my order's sacred duty,
Ah.
I believe. That's... Yeah.
Okay.
What's your order's sacred duty again?
To defend the faithful and uphold the old laws. We get to decide who the faithful are and what the old laws are.
I love
feel
it.
like
Okay.
I feel like something would have to do with why you're gonna be king or chairman or whatever we decided.
I like that.
General
Yeah.
Chairman.
General Chairman?
Okay. All right. And then Clint.
So I am also in awe, but of Steve. Because
Steve,
amongst the Malice Brood, the restaurant elite are mysterious and feared.
Oh.
And Steve gets down.
I don't know what any of it means, but it's
Wait, that
completely true. And I'm leaning
That would
way
be
into it.
Stefan then, wouldn't it?
Stefan.
Stefan.
No, but
Is-
True.
Wait, do you
I
know
don't know
my
how
alter
Stefan.
ego? Stefan.
Let's say Stefan.
Okay.
Well, who do we know? I mean, do we know
do we
both?
know Steve or Stefan?
I don't.
Or do we
you
know
tell
Steph?
me. I don't know. I don't know who you know.
Ooh.
You know, have
we know
we
Steph,
run into
the
have we run
in-between?
into each other at a show? Like
I
maybe.
promise you, I've never been to a show, and I've certainly never eaten in a restaurant.
but you know.
But
it
I've heard
because
tale
your-
of the restaurant elite.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, great. All right, so yeah, you'll fill out one for each other character, but for now, we'll discover those as we move on. Because let's move on to the next step of character creation. So this is going to be finishing touches. So now you look over your playbook, decide if this all feels good. You have a good idea of who this character is in your head, if it feels cohesive to you. You'll choose your weapon. You'll see that you have a weapon section on your character sheet there. Obviously, you might find or buy or trade for more equipment along the road, but the idea here is this is kind of your signature weapon. And sometimes your playbook will offer you the chance to take 2 pieces of equipment or 1 piece and defense. Defense just means you're able to reduce any incoming harm by 1 point. So especially like DR for defense. Could be armor, could be something, who knows. So you can go in and choose there. And then your last step is you'll see up by the traits, all of the basic moves, know their mind, offer comfort, bend reality, all those are on the left side. But each trait also has an associated struggle. So for folk-wise, you could be flippant or overwhelmed. You could be inflexible or spineless for Iron Will. For nimble mind, you could be obsessed or paranoid. And for stout heart, you could be cowardly or reckless. So basically the idea is all of you are struggling with something as you make your way down this road. And that's going to have mechanical effects. It's going to be a -2 to all checks for that, using that trait. But I think, Sydney, you have a trait, you have an ability that reduces that, I feel like I remember.
Maybe.
Maybe, or maybe it's not you, but one of you.
Oh, yes. Yes. When I mark a struggle that would affect the trait, I only suffer -1 ongoing instead of -2.
Yes. And so you can basically, if you go to page 29, you'll see a list of the book. You'll see the struggles listed here. And you'll notice with each one, you can clear. Basically, you're struggling with this struggle, which should inform your role play as you see fit. But if you can move towards a snap, and when you snap with your struggle, it kind of escalates to the point where you erupt, and in doing so, you kind of have this moment of clarity which breaks you out of your struggle, but it could have mechanical or role-playing effects. So for example, you could be struggling with being paranoid, but if you snap, and you'll see, it'll say you can always clear paranoid if. So you could be, it says, if you always clear paranoid if, by making a baseless accusation against another wanderer, which will either turn the wanderers against one another if any of them believe you, or make you look like a fool if no one does. So there is a role-playing risk to trying to clear your struggle, which is very cool. And I think it's fun. It's like it encourages you to role-play in a certain way. You kind of bring in elements of your character, but it allows you a way out through more role-play. But you can pick up struggles. You can pick up additional struggles along the way. You'll notice like some of the complications or downsides to some of the basic moves have struggles, or some of your abilities have that as well. Yeah. Okay, so why don't we go around, tell me about your weapon, and then tell me what you're struggling with. So Clint, I think to Snake, we'll start with you.
So on my weapon list, what I chose says a rod or scepter humming with dark magic. How I sort of flavor that is going to be based on what our setting and like. I don't know what shape my body is right yet.
All right, you're more machine than man.
I'm waiting to learn a little bit about who and what I am, but I am choosing that as my weapon. But one of my playbook features is called Dread Arsenal, where you choose one weapon and add an additional harm or gain one of the following tags. But there's also the option to not add one harm and instead add 2 tags. So I'm going to take Terrifying and Supernatural as my 2 tags on my weapon.
And I noticed that rod does 3 harm. If you'll notice on your character sheet, you only have 6 harm before you are down for the count. So,
excuse me, that rod already has Supernatural, so I will make it quiet.
It's a quiet rod.
So quiet.
Yeah, so that's 3 harm is quite powerful. So it's taking those tags is actually a fun idea. Okay, cool. And then what are you struggling with?
I think that he is generally flippant. Like I think he has very little regard for people's emotional difficulties, and it is makes it hard for him to connect. Have I done that correctly?
Yeah, I mean you choose how to roleplay it. Yeah, so you can always clear flippant by saying or doing something that angers or hurts someone you care about.
Cleared in the first 5 minutes of the game.
I'm just gonna piss somebody off immediately. Okay, great. Cool. Mary Lou, what weapons is your last champion wielding?
The options for the last champion are very interesting and varied. I could choose a longbow, a rod or a scepter, a massive blade, or a pair of guns. And I'm not sure where we're at. Yeah, I'm not sure where we're at in this world, but I am between the guns or the massive blade or hammer forged by a god. A pair of deadly, not entirely of this world guns, or a massive blade or hammer forged by a god.
Which would be more deadly? I wonder. 2
Well, they both do 3 harm.
Mechanically,
they are the same.
I do kind of love like genre bendy, like making our own. Like, there's guns. I don't know. Who knows what this world will be?
It's what's the Stephen King thing? The Dark Tower.
Gunslinger.
Yeah.
Gunslinger. Yeah.
The Gunslinger. The last Gunslinger.
Gunslinger's first book. Dark Tower is the series.
Yes.
It's tough. One of them I have to reload, and it's loud. The other one is beautiful and conspicuous. So one is loud and I have to reload it, and the other one is conspicuous. Like you can just see it on me, and I can't decide. I think I want I think I want the guns. The 100 Hellraisers. Yeah, the 100 Hellraisers, I think it's this pair of deadly, not entirely of this world guns. I don't know what that means, but yeah.
We'll find out.
It's the guns. We'll find out.
Okay, and what are you struggling with, aside from the fact that you have guns in this world?
I think she's overwhelmed.
Okay.
I think she's overwhelmed.
That makes sense. You're the last survivor of a massive massacre.
Yeah, and I think she was kind of like raised by the order, and it's all gone. Everything that she's ever known or had to do, and it's all down to her. And she's like, "But I'm a baby. But I'm just a baby." And yeah, I think it's overwhelming. She's overwhelmed.
Okay. Great.
How do you clear that?
You're overwhelmed. I will tell you. I was on the page and then I flipped away.
Get over yourself.
Yeah.
Grow up.
Man up.
Yeah.
Grow the hell up.
Okay, overwhelmed. You can always clear overwhelm by allowing something terrible to happen to someone else when you could have stepped in and stopped it.
There you go.
Whoa.
That's intense for you,
It's
a
really
champion.
intense.
Yeah, that's gonna be really hard for her to. Okay.
To clear, yeah.
Okay.
Struggle.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sid, what are you thinking? What's your weapon?
It's funny. I'm happy that you went with guns because I was really set on doing a greatsword because it says a forgotten greatsword from your family's vaults, which I think is hilarious. They just gave him this sword that's like nobody uses it. It's old as shit.
We have guns now. Like
we have guns now. Why did you give me this? It's conspicuous and unpredictable. So it's like not easy to wield and it just looks insane. Like it just looks out of time, which I love.
I think
but
the
it
hilt
also
spins.
But also, magic and high technology are rare. And so, seeing guns is probably going to be when you walk into a town or a village or whatever, wielding two guns. I don't think most people there have ever seen one before. So a broadsword in a lot of ways makes sense, right? Like it fits in with it. Anyway.
Oh, and I'm supposed to name it.
You have to name your guns.
Yeah, and I have to
individually.
I have to give my weapon a name and describe its glorious but bloody history before it was passed on to me. Okay. I think they're called the Hounds.
Love that.
The Hounds. And
I don't know why I picture the Hellraisers as like a motorcycle gang now, and you guys have like guns.
I kind of do too. And my clothing is the iconic uniform of my order. I think it's a leather jacket. It's my cut.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll figure that out.
You're like a motorcycle gang on like the backs of like donkeys.
Or donkeys, mules.
Or fucking horses, or fucking dragons. I don't know. It's awesome.
Actual motorcycles. We don't know.
We don't know.
Maybe it's really motorcycles. But yes, I think I picked them up from the battlefield, like from the leader of my order, who is like this
guy you were like
that
in
I thought
training.
would never die. Because I was in training. I was going to be knighted, brought up into the official order maybe the next day when this battle happened, and I walked onto the field to the 99 bodies of my friends.
You got the 1% patch.
Yeah.
You were
I'm
the
a survivor, baby.
Yep.
Wow.
A lot of stolen glory in this party.
Not at all.
Exactly.
No, she was the 1%. The 1% who lived. You know,
she feels like stolen valor, though, for sure. She feels like stolen valor because she's got the cut and everything. But but they
don't exist anymore. So it's like
exactly.
Well, sure they do. You know, generally
in my heart,
maybe.
Okay. The Hounds.
The Hounds.
The Hounds. That's so sad.
Unleash the Hounds.
Sydney, did you say what you were struggling with?
I'm gonna do inflexible. It's funny. Iron Will is so important for this character, but I keep nerfing it because I think it's interesting. But I did use my heraldry to reduce the -2 to a -1. So I think in my family line, that was like very important, sort of this stoicism, but to the extent where now it's become a hindrance to me as a person, and I'm inflexible, and I have a really hard time letting go of power.
Okay. And you can always clear inflexible by berating a companion for defying you in an attempt to inspire fear and obedience rather than respect and loyalty, which
is not how he wants to lead. Like, that's so not who he is, but...
And you've got your entourage, so...
Turtle and Eric and...
Okay, canonical. I'll name one Turtle and one Eric.
There you
Thank you.
I was once working with this person...
It would just be E, but yes.
E,
totally.
Thank you, E. That'll be the valet.
I was once working with this person who I really loved, and I really loved working with them. And then we shared a cab, and it was like one of the, they like just were so awful to the cab driver. Not so awful, but they were just like really rude. And I was just like, I froze. I was like, I don't think I can see you anymore. No, it was like,
what is there even to be rude to a cab driver about?
It was like the way they were going,
right? Like it's just insane. Like, sit down.
No, it was a little bit. It was a little much.
I had the best Uber ride home. I went to Fish last weekend, like both nights, and I had the best. It's super fun, and I had the best Uber ride home one of the nights. It was so.
Were they talkative or were they quiet?
They were just like mad at everything, but being like super real about it. You know, like he'd just gotten off of his like shift at the grocery store, and he was like, I was just trying to pick up like one Uber like before I went home, and like. He lives near where the concert was happening, and like he didn't know the concert was happening, and he was like, "I got to be real with you. I would have canceled this ride if I knew what traffic was going to be like here." And we're like, "Dude, I appreciate that. You know, I'm glad you didn't." And like just the whole ride back, he was like, I was like, he was like being like super real, like the whole time, and like just like talking about like what Uber rates are like and what they're actually paid versus like what you think they're paid, and it was a terrific ride home. I was really here for this Uber driver. It was great.
You were the exact person that Uber driver needed that night to be in the car.
Dude, I was like I was egging him on. I was like, tell me more. I want to know more about like how much capitalism is like fucking you over. And, like, just tell me about everything that's happening.
The day they put an option on there for quiet ride, don't think I didn't hit it every time.
No. After 11 p.m., I want to talk to whoever is picking me up. You know?
It's awesome.
All right. Well, on that note, what are you struggling with, with McD? Who's your
Okay, so my struggle is that I am reckless.
Sure. Okay. So you can clear that by leaping blindly into action, or doing something decisive and flashy that draws exactly the wrong kind of attention.
Mm-hmm.
What do you wield?
So, my bunch of options. One I like is a well-loved industrial tool, or an intricately carved staff or rod. So what I'm going with is a pair of kitchen tongs that I wear on a holster at my side.
Sure.
You
pinch people?
On
you
a
think
holster.
maybe like knives?
Nope.
No. Okay.
Tongs. How much harm do they do?
1.
Okay.
All right, that tracks.
They're razor sharp.
Actually, that makes perfect sense.
I worked in the kitchen, and we all wore tongs on holsters, and we felt real badass. And we all had our own tongs in our own like monogrammed holsters. And
I like the thing where you put a tasting spoon in the pocket right here.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, yeah, always.
You got one of those too.
Plastic spoons, like, for life. But yeah.
When you wield your tongs as a weapon, do you use them as a bludgeoning instrument, or do you just do the pinch?
Oh, you're going for nipples all day.
Okay.
All right. Well,
targeting spot.
If they were sharpened, they could be like a two-pronged dagger or something, right?
No, you're just going for nipples.
Wait, there's a great harm chart in the book. I can't remember what page it's on.
I think pinch is a type of bludgeoning.
I would agree.
It's small.
It's like micro bludgeoning.
I would agree too, and I sometimes would rather get a punch in the arm than a freaking hard pinch.
Than a purple nurple? Nah, man.
Oh, no way.
I'm giving out purple nurples for free.
I feel like when I worked in a restaurant, we got our asses pinched with tongs.
Oh, big time. You definitely did that too.
I feel like I feel like when I worked in a restaurant, I got my ass pinched for other reasons and not with tongs. But maybe that's just being a woman.
That might just be being a woman. Because I've gotten that not working in a restaurant.
Yeah, wait a second. Hold on.
With kitchen tongs. Oddly enough.
On the subway. Huh, that was weird.
Yeah,
well, I found the chart.
I guess.
One harm, the severity is painful, but usually not life-threatening.
Yep. Yeah, purple.
Yeah, purple.
Okay, well, those are our weapons and our struggles. Okay, so that is the end of character creation, such as it is. So now we get to talk about the road. So obviously, like just in character creation, we've already been building out some of the circumstances of the world, and now we're going to turn to the road specifically. This is what you'll be traveling on over the course of our game, and basically what we're going to do is what the book calls the name an element method. So we're going to go around. I think I gave you advance warning about this. I think I did. Okay. Well, we'll talk about it now. And each of you is going to name an idea, a theme, a thing in the world, a statement about the world you want to play in, and it can be anything. It can be vampires, or a roving band of restaurant-trained assassins, or whatever, or or
Easy.
A fraction. Sure. Sorry. Or like a world of endless night. Whatever it is, and whatever you're feeling might be right for the characters we've been talking about already. And then it's on me as your scrivener, kind of incorporate them all and then build them out into something that we're going to play in. So, does anyone have one? I don't want to throw us into the snake if no one's ready.
It has to be like, this is like part of the adversary, like it has to be bad, or...
It doesn't have to be bad. It can build into the adversary if you want, or it can just be like, I want to play, or you can also be like, I want to play in a joyful apocalypse, or whatever, whatever joyful post-apocalypse, or just like the Station 11, or you could say, like, you could be like, I want there to be guns, or we didn't have that already. It's something like that.
I have one.
Okay, lay it on us.
This world is increasingly becoming an isolationist world.
Great.
That's super interesting because it suggests that there are other worlds. We need to not talk to them anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anyone else got one?
I love when there are technologies or magics or monuments from a past civilization that is way more advanced than ours, that has disappeared for a reason we don't understand. Maybe that's how I have guns or something like that. I don't know, but I love that shit. One of my favorite tropes.
I really like factions. I love rival factions in a post-apocalyptic world that have their own, at times, governments or theologies or like cult religions, whatever it may be, that differentiates them. I love factions, and I love manipulating them to work for you and against each other in video games. That would be great.
Palace intrigue, that sort of thing. Something, and similar to like old technology, like the factions could believe in something that doesn't exist anymore, or they're waiting for it to come back, like a messiah. I love stuff like that.
Okay, great. Clint, an element?
This world is like 20 years ago, got hit with like that children's and men disease where kids are
cool.
Okay.
Ooh, no more kids.
That's another.
Or maybe
great...
not born. Kids disappear at a certain where it's isolationist because we know there's other worlds, right? Maybe they're just getting snatched to somewhere else, right?
Oh, I love that.
So no little kids.
Oh, I love. They play that Mountain Goat song, "No Children," when they roll in.
It's the Pied Piper, the Mountain Goats with Pied Piper.
No, there's no children in that song. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That makes it really interesting that my character is younger than I act.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I could be. Oh,
are you next?
I don't know if I'm next or I'm trying to avoid it or I'm like one of the last or I don't know. Maybe I barely missed it.
Right, like how old is the youngest person?
Oh, I like that. What is
Baby Diego?
Baby Diego.
Baby Diego.
Oh, do we get a cool single cut car scene in this series?
I hope
maybe.
so.
I hope so.
Children of Men
Hope
also
so.
a fantastic road movie.
Fantastic.
Great road movie.
Yes. Oh, that is a
Also
good
boat
one.
movie.
What kind of movie?
That's true. It's
I
also
said
a boat
also
movie.
a boat movie. Right at
boat
the end.
movie.
Boat
Right
movie,
there.
yes,
Just
it is
like
a
right.
boat.
They squeeze it in.
they get it in there.
Waterworld's a road movie. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, no.
No.
Star Wars.
No.
Star Wars is a road movie.
Star Wars is a road movie.
True.
I mean, so it's the Wizard of Oz. Like all the great adventures.
The Wizard of
are all
Oz
road
is
movies.
the classic.
It's also
They-
the best.
It's
They
like the
even
road
have
is a carrot.
Road.
Okay, so let's talk about the adversary now. So, as I said, we kind of be developing to him or her or them together. But for now, I'm going to throw this in there. I'm just going to say, let's just say you've heard of the adversary, and so Clint, you would actually have some knowledge of them, having worked for the the Malice Brood. But all you know of the kind of common knowledge about the adversary is that they are known as the Herald of the Armageddon.
Oh.
There's some sort of prophet or cult leader, or maybe even actually a divine being who seeks to usher this world into its final days. And again, we'll start to build that out as we go, and you'll see, and I think we'll find ways to get into that. And obviously, maybe we'll try to bring in some of Mal's knowledge as we encounter things. Okay. Right. All right. So let me just make sure. Let me go through my checklist here. Okay. I think that's basically everything we got for character creation and world creation. So we can eventually end our session 0. We're coming up on time here, but I think we have just enough space to jump into a little bit of the game itself. So we'll break and then come back with our second session. Okay. So the 4 of you plus your entourage. What are the names? Did you choose E and Turtle? Is that what it was?
Turtle and E.
Yes, Turtle is my counselor, sort of my advisor who I go to for sage wisdom, and E is my valet.
Dude, you should not go to Turtle for sage. Whatever. It's fine.
It's too late.
Turtle's so wise. Turtle's so wise.
So your counselor can give you a boost to know their mind and make your case, and your valet can give you a boost to withstand and lift everyone's spirits.
Yeah, so the make your case and lift everyone's spirits, those are like the party
Yes.
party ones. So they can help everybody, but they can also help me. Although maybe I should pick nimble mind is like to seek insight. But counselor, no. I think know their mind. I think that's good. That's folk wise. That makes sense for them. I like that.
Okay, great. All right. So the 4 of you plus Turtle and E have been wandering for a long, long time. And maybe for some of you, the road is all you remember. But you are making your way together down this blasted and desolate pathway. And road is a generous term for what some of this has looked like. It's not like, sometimes it's just kind of the packed down dirt in a sea of dirt. Maybe even Mad Max Desolation, right? Where it's just like, that way is the road. But you are together, which is something. And there's not much in the way of landmarks or desolation. You hit a village every now and then, small. It's hot, oppressively so, and very, very humid. And the air is thick and heavy. Also, I should say, one of the big things, and I said this before, but bring it up now, one of the big things in Long Road Ahead is the gameplay functions in conversation. What we've been doing has actually been a pretty good example, where it's like someone will throw something out, and then, as we kind of go back and forth on it, we kind of arrive at something. So I'm just thinking about it now. Do you have an idea of how you all met up with each other? Now that you've been journeying together for some time, but how did you all meet? We know that Circalian was saved by Gendolin at one point, and Gendolin really admires Circalian. So presumably you met each other on the road, or
maybe
I can picture it as being like one of those things where you stopped in at an inn somewhere, you, Circilian, and Turtle and E, and then just in a random chance encounter, you know, a thug stopped you in the alley, and I just happened to be there. And when I defended you and found out who you were, I was like, well, I'm gonna follow you around. And maybe it was in a town that had a restaurant that Stefan was working at. Or maybe it was outside of his restaurant. Or I don't know.
The Golden Man.
The Golden Man.
Maybe.
Maybe it was after your dinner with
Skeevy.
McGeevy?
Skeevy Lady McGeevy.
Lady Evelyn.
Lady Evelyn McGeevy. Maybe I was a little bit into my cups, and
maybe it was a thug. Maybe it was supposed to be a trap. It was set up. Lady McGeevy hired someone to mug you, and I thwarted it.
And maybe I could like come in and be like, I have a flop house like a block away. Like, let's go.
That was no random thug. That was Lady McGeevy's stooge. I overheard her.
A stooge of the Montauk Empire?
Correct.
Yes. And I think this was an absolute mess for Kalian, being that he is currently supposed to be the heir to Saul. And the fact that, like, Lady Evelyn McGeevy was in on it to try to take me out. Meanwhile, I thought I was, like, making alliances. So this was, like, a mess. And I think Kalian is extremely grateful to both of you, to Steve and to Gendolin.
Stefan.
Maybe the adversary is the Montauk Empire, or whoever is the
Herald,
emperor
or maybe
of the Montauk Empire. They're seeking to end our way of life in Toussaint and completely take us over, and they're stealing our children.
Or whoever's controlling them. Like, we don't even know.
Maybe the Montauk Empire has allowed the Herald of the Apocalypse and his followers to flourish within their borders.
I think there's a lot of like whispering being done by the Herald of the Apocalypse, who are like earworms for a lot of higher leaders that Kalian is very aware of. But also, he's been on the road when he met you guys. He was already on his pilgrimage, so he doesn't know what's going on in his own family. But I think he finds solace in you both and thinks you're good people. So he's like, yeah, we should journey together, definitely.
Maybe we're trying to like get you back to the capital or something to like.
That's fun.
Reclaim your birthright.
The capital. So not where I'm from. Back to the capital, back to Toussaint.
Yeah, Toussaint. Because you were spirited away, right? You were kind of snuck out.
He's from Isgarth, and he's been on the road, met them, maybe not halfway, but like met them well into his pilgrimage.
Okay, so you're trying to get back to the seat of your kingdom or your empire.
Supposed to be. I'm the heir, but.
And what if you had like a big, an even bigger entourage, like on your way, and then Lady McGeevy either killed them all or she like bribed them and flipped them, and the only two that are still loyal to you are Turtle and E, and that's why you have to trust us, who are technically strangers, because you don't have anybody else.
I agree. Ari and Johnny Drama are on the other team now.
Dead. Or betrayers.
I think there was a bit of both. There was a bit of like chalk it up to bad luck, and he tells you about this, like chalk it up to bad luck. But there were strange things, like certain members started to defy his orders and wanted more payment for things, and kind of backed him into a corner on things. And he let some of them go of their own free will. But now, in hindsight, and after this event that happened at the Golden Man, he's kind of like, oh, I think there's a bigger thing happening, and I might need protection. So let's stay together.
Okay, and then, so Mal, you said you had something. It was like, what was it? An emotional connection or to one of the other party members?
So, we have to have. So I'm in awe of Stephen, but I don't think that, or Stefan.
You're in awe of Stefan, but you're okay.
But I feel free and yes, I'm sorry. I do have a thing where it says here that I felt something in one of the wanderers.
Yes,
and I think I was unaccustomed to feeling things as one of the Malice Brood. I'm gonna feel free and nix this, Mary Lou. I'm going to take you back to the battlefield.
I'll go.
The 100 Hellraisers bodies lay broken, bloodied in unnatural ways. As you raise your head from the leader whose firearms that you're removing from his body, there's one other figure standing in the field. And it's one of your enemies, the Malice Brood, who appears to be, in this instance, like maybe when I came up with the Children of Men thing, this was not in my head, but now I want to be as creepy as possible. Like an 11, 12-year-old boy, but all the Malice Brood look like that. Right?
Oh no.
Are you stealing youth or something? Oh, freaky. Okay.
Child soldiers? Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Well, not real child soldiers. You remember, I'm also more machine than flesh.
Right.
Yes.
So we are being made somewhere to the north and sent down, and our overwhelming force met on the field by the 100 Hellraisers. And I guess you stopped the wave, because there's only one left standing.
So you were the last survivor, and I was the last survivor, but I only survived because I wasn't there.
Isn't this fun?
I'm okay. I'm into that.
And I will say, enemy mine style. We had one weird night connecting.
I love Enemy Mine.
Hell yeah.
Right? I thought you might.
It was a massive influence on one of the campaigns I ran for Traveler.
Cool.
And I am. I think I.
Do you still look like an 11-year-old boy?
I do. An 11-year-old boy in like a British school outfit.
My god.
However, I think I have oily black eyes and teeth. My insides are not people insides. Whatever the fuck they are, it's not people stuff.
Oh wow. Okay.
But
spooky.
So you've been there was a massive battle. All of Sir Kalian's Genduin's order were wiped out, and all of the Malice Brood were wiped out except for you.
And I'm going to suggest that maybe once all the other members of my little coterie of my little blue brood platoon were taken out, like whatever sort of hive mind we had is broken. I'm like the last one, so now I get to be a person.
Yeah, you don't have a name because in the Malice Brood they don't give you names.
Right.
You're like
but
Hugh.
You're the last one.
Yeah,
so
like Hugh.
You could.
But I think you over the course of an evening, your talk about restoring an old order struck something in me, or at the very least, like order. Yeah, that's what we want. I'll go with you.
Family,
if you know how to do. If you know how to do that, I'm going to come with
belonging.
you.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then later, when you save Sir Kalian, I go along with it because in attempting to people me, you gave me a kid's book once, and Kalian looks like somebody from a kid's book.
That's perfect.
Oh,
yeah.
That's
maybe because of the sword or something like that. Maybe in the book, it's like a knight with a sword, and you like saw his sword, and you were like, clink, clink.
Then after all that charming stuff, Stefan showed up, and I'm like, that guy's cool as hell. Because he knows about the restaurant.
He's been to a restaurant.
Yeah, 100%.
Which is one of your special interests.
I'm going to make pork chop sandwiches. You in?
Oh, hell yeah.
Before we even got to this, back when our journey began on our character sheets, I even wrote, I'm in awe of Mal because they believe that they hold secrets to the adversary's power, even though maybe they don't know what they are or like how we would ever use that.
That totally
I think Kalian's very much like, oh, Mal is like an anomaly to have in this group and such a possible powerhouse to defeat the Herald of the Armageddon.
Look at us.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
All right. We'll fill in some more details as we move along. I'll say, as you journey, you come upon Okay, you come upon what is a somewhat familiar sight. Not familiar, but you've seen something like this before. But it is a kind of statue, a monument of sorts. It is vaguely human in shape. It's ancient, though it's ancient. You have like they're kind of placed throughout along the road, almost like markers sometimes, but they're kind of random. No one's really been able to divine what the pattern of their placement is or what they're marking. But it is human shaped. It's kind of a form standing with its legs about shoulder width apart. It's about 30 feet tall, maybe a little less, and that's generally what they look like. But they're so old and worn down, they have no features. What once might have been a face painted on or something, whatever this previous ancient civilization did, is long gone. It's been like blasted away by, time and erosion and sand and wind. And so you have seen these before, but you come across one now, and it's been altered. Its head has been removed, its head is gone, and it is brightly painted. Whereas all the others have kind of just like faded into a kind of brownish gray. This one seems to be vividly painted in colors that you would perhaps recognize as being associated with the Herald of the Apocalypse.
Ooh.
But you keep making your way. You don't see anybody around. It's like it's a lonely road. So you move on. Days pass, weeks pass. You keep making your journey, and you come to a village. You start to approach what looks like a village. Now this is much later after you found the statue, and this is a somewhat sizable village on a river. You don't know the name. Again, remember, maps are incomplete in this world. But, it seems like a sizable settlement. As you approach, though, you sort of wander through, again, this is still a very desolate landscape, but there are huts, there are some sort of like crude structures, what once were ancient ruins, rubble, and kind of walls or kind of corner pieces that are left there. But it seems like no one is around. Like as you walk into the settlement, you don't really see anyone, but you do start to hear something from down at the banks of the river. It sounds like some sort of crowd noise.
A festival?
A festival? Maybe.
Can we look in the village more before possibly heading to the river just to see
Is
what
it
kind
empty?
Yeah, like, is it actually empty or are they just not in the streets? And also, like, is it a city or a village of commerce, or is it sort of just like a settlement?
I would say it's your impression is it's more than a settlement, but not quite a city, right? Cities in this world are few and far between. Like there's a sizable amount of people who live here. Probably not the biggest establishment you've ever seen, but also certainly not the smallest.
Do we see like storefronts?
You see what would be crude stores, crude general stores, and other places where they sell wares or do trade. Marketplace you wander through.
What's the vibe of the crowd noise?
It's almost
happy
kind of
or angry.
Rhythmic is the sense you get.
Oh hell yeah, let's go!
This is a festival.
Mm-hmm.
This is a fucking festival, baby.
Mm-hmm. King's Festival?
This is drum circle, my dog. Let's go.
All right, so you follow the sound of you kind of triangulate your way down to the noise, and it leads you down to the banks of the river, where you see a number of things. So there is on the bank of there seems to be like kind of a makeshift altar of sorts. And there's a massive crowd. I was, a few hundred people, maybe as many as 1,000. They're watching and they are chanting along. They're chanting together, and you can't quite make out what they're saying yet. It seems there's too much kind of distance and Doppler effect and whatever. As you approach, also on this altar there are a number of figures, including one in a hooded robe, bearing the colors that were also on that statue monument figure without the head that you encountered earlier. And also on the robe, also on the altar, is a young man, early 20s, and he is strung up in ropes, kind of one attached to each arm and each foot, and he's being held there. And that hooded figure is wielding a long curved blade. And as you get closer, you start to realize what everyone is chanting is, "Bring the end, bring the end, bring the end." The other thing you notice, aside from all of this, there's also a major other thing you notice, is that the altar is erected underneath a huge structure, maybe even larger than any of you have seen before. I mean, it's really, truly, it's possible that none of you have seen anything like this. It's massive. It might have once been a kind of gleaming silver, but now it's also crumbling, weather-beaten, like much of the other things in this world that existed before this civilization that you now exist in. It's a towering arch, maybe 600 feet tall, and a massive crack kind of runs down the center, but it's still holding right on the river. And again, what ancient peoples may have designed this or built this? You have no idea.
What kind of Saint lunatics would do this?
Well, you do get the feeling that maybe it serves as a kind of gateway. But as the crowd is chanting, "Bring the end, bring the end, bring the end," this man in this colorful robe with his hood kind of covering his face, almost as if he's headless, starts to approach this younger man that's been strung up in the ropes and raises the curved blade high.
Oh, we have to stop.
And we'll see you at our next session.
Oh, okay.
Somebody
I'm hooked.
do something.
I'm hooked, you guys.
Don't make me use these songs. Don't make me.
All right, see you. I will thank you. Enjoy Gen Con and come back and watch the next session, which will be premiering soon. Thank you all.
Heck yeah.
Bye.